God is calling you to a work of love that will fill your life with purpose and joy. And discerning your charisms can help you to discover that call. You may be wondering what charisms are and how they're different from our natural talents. Well, charisms are given to us by the Holy Spirit, and they enable us to be an agent for God to others. When we use our charisms, we're energized and it fills us with an incredible joy. Some of the types of charisms are pastoral charisms, like encouragement, helps, hospitality, mercy, and pastoring. Organizational charisms like administration, leadership, service, and giving. There's charisms of healing, and intercessory prayer. Creative charisms, craftsmanship, music, and writing. Communication charisms, evangelism, prophecy, and teaching. Lifestyle charisms, extraordinary faith, celibacy, missionary, and volunteer poverty. And charisms of understanding, knowledge, and wisdom. Discerning charisms enables a parish to thrive on the gifts of its people. Far from being just another program, this is a whole new way to look at our parish. Called and Gifted is a charism discernment process developed by the St. Catherine of Siena Institute, and it's being implemented by our Diocesan Pastoral Services Coordinator, Cassandra Skipper. There are 3 parts of the Called and Gifted Discernment program. Part 1 are the workshops. 5-week workshop offered virtually Fridays from 10:30 till noon beginning October 27th, and Thursdays from 7:30 to 9 p.m. beginning November 2nd. Part 2 is an individual interview facilitated by Cassandra, which will take place virtually in December. And Part 3 is the discernment small groups, where participants will have the option to form small groups in person with people from our own parish community. All material will be provided for these small groups. The cost for the Called and Gifted Discernment program is $65 per person. That includes a complete resource guidebook. We wanted to share with you some testimonies from our own Kent Lambton Roman Catholic family of parishes, parishioners, that have taken this Called and Gifted Discernment process.
I participated in the Siena Institute's Called and Gifted Discernment course offered by the diocese about a year ago. The course was engaging and encouraging, and it provided the opportunity to meet a number of people from parishes across the diocese. The discernment process that I learned and practiced as part of the course helped me to discover a charism or gift I didn't realize I had, and another I'm still discerning. The discernment of this gift has helped me to be more confident in using it, as well as in how I pray and approach situations in daily life. Now, I find myself asking in the various moments of the day, Lord, how are you asking me to use this gift you've given me, here and now, in this relationship, or situation, or conversation? The course does more than just pass along knowledge and information. It's designed to equip participants to recognize and exercise the gifts that God has given them for accomplishing His will and purposes through us.
I felt truly blessed with having had the opportunity to participate in the Called and Gifted Discernment course. It gave me an opportunity to learn and reflect about each charism and discover how God had gifted me with my charisms, as well as the charisms of participants in my working group. I find I have a deeper relationship with God. I believe it makes me more effective, and I can see how God is working in my personal and spiritual life. I would highly recommend this course to anyone wanting to deepen their spiritual life.
I was invited to participate in the Called and Gifted Discernment process last fall. It was through this course that I learned about the many charisms the Holy Spirit has available to give to us. I learned about God's unique plan for each of us and how using our God-given gifts will help us realize our mission in life. The course itself is well organized. We had videos to watch and discuss, whole group as well as small group meetings. It was a great combination of prayer, reflection, and discussion. The personal interview with Chrisanda Skipper at the end of the course was amazing and inspiring. She was my guide through the discernment process to help me determine which charisms I might be gifted with. It was exciting to realize that God has been working with me in my life all along, allowing me to use my charisms in my family, parish, and life.
When I was asked if I wanted to take the Called and Gifted Discernment course, I reluctantly said yes. Having a very busy life and working on my own personal formation for years, I thought it may be a waste of the little time that I had. Much to my surprise, I absolutely loved what I was learning. I enjoyed sharing with the other people that were taking the course, some who I knew and others I had never met before. One thing I really enjoyed is looking at something I may be very familiar with through a different lens. This challenged me to go deeper into some areas of my faith life that I was not comfortable with. Embracing change is not easy, but it always brings growth. This is the upside I tell myself when I struggle with change. When I did my Called and Gifted inventory report, I was positive I already knew all my gifts. I was surprised by some of my scores. My interview to discuss the results helped me to wrap my head around what I should do with this new insight about myself. Experimenting with a charism I felt unsure of made me rely on God, not myself. I was witnessing God's work through me in an area I knew for sure was not my skill set. Knowing it was from God gave me the courage to try this. I am so happy I said yes.
Taking part in a Called and Gifted Discernment course was many things for me: enlightening, thought-provoking, and liberating. By taking a deep dive look into how the Holy Spirit calls us to recognize and to use our God-given gifts in a supernatural way, we are able to shine and share in His wondrous ways and works. I was excited to learn about what charisms actually are and what they are not. By learning and understanding the difference, I was able to see more clearly and to embrace how I've been equipped to work for God's glory in my own life and ultimately in the lives of others. I was also freed from the notion that I should be doing this thing or that thing simply out of obligation without His strength and power. Through the discernment process of prayer, looking inward with honesty and talking it out with others in the course, a charism I thought I might have has been confirmed within me. I was able to note other ways that I may be called to serve as well, and these I continue to discern. What a gift to serve with joy, confident that the Holy Spirit is working through me. This course has created a desire in me to come before my Lord in a more profound and purposeful way, to ask Him what He desires, not only for me, but more importantly, of me. I would encourage you, whether you are sitting in a valley in your faith life, looking to deepen your faith life, or if you've been wanting and waiting to feel the Holy Spirit move you, take this course. Connect with the joy of your purpose and His.
I took the Called and Gifted course about a year ago because I was asked by Dorothy and because it sounded interesting. I had just retired from 40 years full-time working, so thought this was a good time as I moved forward into a new stage of my life. I've been a Catholic Christian all my life and have been involved in, or at least participated in, various aspects of church life over the years, such as healing masses, adoration, parish council, community meals, Eucharistic ministry, prayer groups. I was eager to find out how I could better fit in, serve, participate, or contribute using the gifts God has given me to share with others. Overall, taking the course was worthwhile because, as well as discerning my own charisms, it also helped me to better recognize God-given charisms in others around me, as we learned that everyone has God-given gifts to share, to meet needs, and to bring others closer to Christ. To be honest, discerning my own charisms was or is still not easy or totally clear yet, but I think that's okay because Called and Gifted Discernment is a process, and it's a way to explore and look for opportunities to use our gifts. I'm an introvert, which can make the discernment process more difficult. Some people, especially extroverts, make a clear and quick discovery of their charisms during the course. We were invited and challenged to find ways to experiment and practice with our newly discerned charisms. For some people, this was easy because they were already expressly using their charisms to help others with immediate need and to draw them closer to Jesus. For me and some others, we had to stretch somewhat to find out if the discerned gifts are indeed our God-given charisms. We had lots of opportunity to share and discuss with the others in our group afterwards, which gave both accountability and encouragement. I think the most important takeaway for me is to humbly recognize that God has given everyone, including me, gifts to be willingly and joyfully shared and used for His kingdom.
Please consider joining us in this discernment process so that the gifts that God has given you will become visible as they unite us in a greater purpose.